Yo, what's going on? In this video, I'm going to be sharing my review for Crystal Hosting. So if you're looking for a place to host your website, preferably somewhere UK or London based with good customer service, you'll want to stay tuned.
It's been a cold winter and it's lasted far too long.
Yo, what's going on? I'm Jay Carteret from growonyoutube.com, teaching you how to be better. And I needed to change my hosting service a little while ago. I think it was not early last year, but yeah, it was like early last year, around April, I believe, before June. I used to be with TSO Host and I was looking for a new provider. I was doing a bunch of research and I just couldn't find anyone who met my list of needed features. For example, the main points we're going to be covering in this review is uptime. How often is the website up? How often is the website down? Customer service. How quickly can I get in touch with the customer service? How good is it? Ease of use, how easy is it to use the platform? And cost, how much does it cost? Now, I used to be with TSO Host and they were pretty cheap. That was great, but the customer service was mediocre. It seemed like every time I was getting pre-made messages, like they were just following a script, and the uptime, my website was down way too often. Like it was going down pretty much every week, so I needed to find a new host, and that is where Crystal Hosting came in. And this is Crystal Hosting. By the way, I am an affiliate of Crystal Hosting. I have become an affiliate because I do like their products. I do like the hosting. So, you know, spoiler alert for the review. Yes, I do recommend the hosting. I wouldn't become an affiliate for them if I didn't like what they're doing. If you want to go ahead and sign up and go and get a hosting package, go through growonyoutube.com/crystal. That helps out the channel. I'd really appreciate it. But let's look through their homepage real quickly. So Crystal is based in the UK, which is a big thing for me because I am based in the UK. And they are the best cloud and WordPress hosting provider. That's what they're saying, isn't it? I'm not gonna say that is an objective fact. I don't know how many other UK web hosting platforms there are, but I wasn't able to find a lot of them who were actually hosting sites and not just reselling hosting, which is a whole different thing that we can talk about in another video. But they have 3 plans, as you can see here. They've got cloud hosting, which is basically the cheapest thing that you'd want to pick. This is what you do if you're just starting out. If you're just starting a website, you're not sure what you're gonna do with it. Maybe you want to do some blogging, maybe you want a website for your YouTube channel, your business, but you're not actively selling stuff on there yet, then this will probably be the plan for you. And you can try any plan for only £1. So, you know, great stuff. 60-day money back guarantee. If you don't like it, you can get rid of it. But this is from $3.99. And then we've got Cloud VPS, which is something you'd upgrade to if you're running a business, which is $9.99 a month. And then we've got business hosting, which if you run a business and you're diverting a lot of sales traffic to your website and you're taking people's credit card details, that sort of stuff, then you'll probably want to upgrade to this for £30 a month. But that's the cost, I guess. So we've got that point out of the way. What I want to talk about next is uptime. Let's talk about the uptime. Now, my experience with Crystal has been pretty good, to be honest. I haven't had a lot of downtime. I have 3 hosting packages that I'm using. I've got the cloud-based hosting for my site jcarteret.com. Then I've got business hosting for growonyoutube.com and arcps4servers.com. And with all of these hostings for these main sites, they've all been perfect. They've basically not gone down at all. I think there was one time where they were running out some updates across the servers, so my site was down for a little while. And earlier this month my site was down because I hadn't transferred the domain to Crystal properly, so you know that was my fault. But apart from that, the main sites haven't been down. The only problem I have had is I have basically added another domain to one of my business hosting packages, and that is my Conan Exiles PS4.com site, and that goes down sometimes like every couple weeks that goes down for like a few minutes, and I've contacted customer support and they basically have looked at it and said they sorted it out. So I'm assuming that it won't happen anymore, but that was happening in the past. It would go down for a few minutes and I've only think it's actually come up like 4 times in terms of actually going down in the about 8 months that I've used them, but it's something that I thought I should mention. Apart from that, everything that's been like a main site on the main hosting has been perfect, and I haven't had any problems with that. But I guess we can move on to customer service, because that's what this story continues on to. When I did have that problem with Conan Exiles PS4.com, I was able to contact customer service and I got a very prompt response. Now, there are a few ways to contact customer service. You can actually submit a ticket. If it's something that's not too urgent, then you should submit a ticket. For example, my site Conan Exiles PS4.com was down for maybe 2 minutes, and then it went back up, and by the time I had realized that it was down, it wasn't down anymore, so I just submitted a ticket. However, when my whole website was down, when Arc PS4 servers was down because I didn't transfer the domain properly, I actually had to use live chat because that was an emergency. My site was down and it had been down for hours at that point, but that was all my fault, and the customer service was great. They walked me through what I needed to do, they told me what I did wrong, and they helped explain the problem. And the biggest thing that I'm really happy about with the customer support is it's English-based speakers based in the UK. And the biggest problem I've had in the past with customer support, especially with hosting companies, is that they generally outsource their customer service to India, and you'll have conversations with someone who doesn't really understand what you're saying. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I'm not trying to generalize or anything, but sometimes they don't understand what you're saying. And usually they're just reading a script. They're just trying to reply on script, and the replies are very, very stilted, and it's just not a nice experience. Now, you can actually call them. I haven't actually called them, but I feel happy in the fact that I'm able to make a phone call or open up live chat. And when I did open up live chat, when Arc PS4 servers was down, when I didn't transfer the domain properly, I actually got a reply within, I think it was like 2 or 5 minutes. It was really quick, and that was actually great. And as you can see, there are actually live chat operators online now. It's 5, I'm unsure if it's 24 hours, but I remember when I first started to move over to Crystal, it was a very long process. TSO host, basically their database was all messed up, and I needed the engineers at Crystal to go in and fix things so that the site could basically be migrated over properly. And they were up at like 2 a.m. dealing with the site, and I was able to get responses. So I think the customer support is fairly reliable. I think that's fair to say. I'm actually over the moon with it. I love it. I think the customer support is probably the main selling point that got me to move to Crystal. Although, you know, having my websites up and not going down is also a great thing as well. But now we got through that, the great customer service we're getting over here, dealing with actual people who are in the UK and understand what I'm saying. Even if you're a US person, this would probably be great for you as well, because people who are actually based in the UK, they understand English. Like, we're in England. We created it. English was created in England, if you didn't know. Wait, was it created in England? I don't know, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I haven't really done my history on that, but that's besides the point. Let's get into the ease of use. Now, it was pretty easy to set up my websites, but that was because the Crystal team basically handled that for me. They migrated the websites over to Crystal. I had already set up those websites before, my 3 main ones, so we're not really going to talk about that. They did guide me in any problems I had or any things I wanted to sort out, like if I wanted to get the free HTTPS thing, then they basically talked me through how to do that step by step. So that's more customer service. But in terms of ease of use, here is the back end of your Crystal hosting. And the main thing that you probably need is the file manager. Now, what I needed from Crystal was that they use cPanel, and they actually do. If you go to file manager, you'll be able to see your cPanel stuff. Let's go there. As you can see, this is cPanel, and that is the platform that I know how to use. I'll be blurring all of this because I don't know what is sensitive information and what's not, but they use cPanel, which is great. And another thing that is very important is they have a one-click WordPress install. If you go down to web applications and go to featured applications, I believe WordPress is normally here. I'm not 100% sure, but when I created my Conan Exiles PS4 website, I actually had to go through the process of creating the site from scratch using Crystal, and that was a pretty quick, lovely, straightforward process. And as you can see here, we've got WordPress, and that is the system that I use to set up my websites. If you use anything else, then they've probably got a solution that connects with a one-click install, but I would suggest that you reach out to the live team and ask them. If you don't see anything that you use specifically here, then you should actually contact them and see if they have it integrated, because that is really important. So we've gone through the uptime, customer service, ease of use, cost. There's one more thing that I want to mention to you, and that is the fact that Crystal actually offer free hosting for UK startups and businesses. As long as you are registered in Company House, then you can basically get free hosting. So this is really, really great, because it seems that they're giving you business hosting, which is great to be honest, and they're giving it to you for free. If you're a UK based business or startup, they'll give you free hosting for 1 year, and that is invaluable. That is a great deal to get someone to come and sign up to your service. So if you are a UK based startup or business and you have registered your company at Company's House, then you should definitely take up this offer, because why not? But for everyone else, I highly recommend Crystal hosting, especially if you use WordPress hosting, as that's what I use and that's been working great. But I do quickly want to look at the variety of plans that you can see, so I can go a little bit more in depth with the cost, because I've only looked at what it is from, and I haven't looked at all the different things that you can actually purchase, all the different plans and packages. So you have the Ruby plan, which is the most expensive. That's $9.99 per month, and you get a free domain. You also get the free domain on a Topaz plan, and a domain is generally like £12 a year, so that's pretty nice. You get a free domain, and this basically is, I think the different packages are giving you different amounts of RAM, which honestly I am not a hosting professional or anything like that. I don't know everything about websites and all that sort of stuff. I only know the basics. I only know what I need to know. But here you can actually add an unlimited amount of websites to this hosting plan, so you can have multiple websites on one hosting plan, and you can also do that from the first plan, which gives you the ability to host 2 websites. But honestly, I'd say, you know, start with the £1 trial, start with the smallest thing, and then when you need to upgrade, you upgrade. That is what you should basically do, unless you've already got a website or you've already got traffic, you already got an audience, and you're launching something that already has people waiting for it. If you're starting from the ground up, start with the cheapest option, learn what you're doing, and then upgrade accordingly. And here are the business plans. Now they have 50 gigabytes SSD space. That's what they're starting from, going up to unlimited SSD space. But yeah, you can go and look into this yourself if you're interested, because I don't want to like go through everything that's included in each package. I just wanted to give you an overview of my thoughts of the platform and of the different packages and how I feel about the hosting service. And again, I highly recommend it. Go to growonyoutube.com/crystal to get your hosting set up today. The top thing you should be looking for when you're looking for a new host, in my opinion, is customer service and uptime. And that is what Crystal has. And you know, ease of use is good as well, and cost, but customer service and uptime is the top two, and that is what Crystal has in spades. And they're really good at their customer service, and my uptime has been beautiful, so I've got no complaints around there. So I highly recommend going and hosting your website using Crystal Hosting, especially if you're based in the UK, London, England, wherever. If you're based in the US, any English speaking country, then this will probably be great for you. But that is the video. I just wanted to give you some information, let you know whether this is the place to go or not. I've had a great experience myself. Let me know about your hosting experiences in the comment section down below, whether you host using Crystal or you host using another platform. Leave it down below. Let people know if it's been good, if it's been bad, because I've heard a lot of horror stories out there, and I bet you've got some to tell as well. So I'd like to say, everyone, stay away from TSO hosts. Don't recommend that. But Crystal, that's where it's at. Grow on youtube.com/Crystal. Go get you some hosting. Thanks for watching and liking and subscribing. If you've got any questions or any other reviews, tutorials, videos you'd like me to make, you can leave those in the comment section down below. Peace out.
It's been a cold winter and it's lasted far too long. So all this warmth I share with you.